Biologist Ernst Mayr described species as a potentially interbreeding population that does not interbreed with other populations when the opportunity presents itself. There are two different types of speciation, allopatric and sympatric. Allopatric speciation occurs when a geographic event isolates one species into two populations. Once isolated, the populations begin to evolve. Sympatric speciation occurs when a new species evolves from a single species while inhabiting the same geographical area. An experiment done by Diane Dodd on fruit flies explains speciation further. A single species of fruit flies were separated into two groups. One group was given a starch-based food and the other group was given a maltose-based food. After a few generations of fruit flies, the two groups were put together into one group. However, the starch-fed fruit flies only mated with the starch-fed fruit flies, and vice versa. Therefore, the two differently fed fruit flies formed two different subspecies of the original species of fruit fly. This can also occur naturally when one species type in different environments become dependent on varying types of food, resulting in subspecies. A biological adaptation is any structural, physiological, or behavioral characteristics of an organism or group of organisms that make it better suited in its environment and consequently improves its chances of survival and reproductive success. Some adaptations made are changes in the physical appearance. For instance, fish have fins to swim underwater. Without fins, a fish would have great difficulty swimming. Each fish has a fin shape that is unique to their species. Other adaptations involve behaviors. A porcupine, because it is a slow-moving animal with little teeth, when threatened, unleashes its quills to protect itself, while a skunk, when threatened, emits a strong smell in order to avoid physical contact because of its fragile body. Organisms adapt to the type of environment they are in. Humans in the Arctic tend to be smaller and thicker in frame, while humans in a hot climate tend to be taller and thinner. Adaptation is vital in surviving. If an organism cannot adapt to its climate, it eventually will die. For example, cacti, a plant native to the desert areas, have spikes instead of leaves to reduce moisture loss. The larger a population, the larger the gene pool is within that population, which provides greater potential diversity. Some groups, however, such as amphibians, have genetic diversity that is restricted only to particular populations. Isolated populations show greater levels of genetic diversity even among the same species. One example of this is the panther species. The snow leopard is different than the jungle leopard in appearance in order to better camouflage itself in its native snowy environment. Population diversity also happens when one species becomes overpopulated in its area. Once there is a genetic diversity within one species, they can no longer mate successfully. So a snow leopard, because of the genetic differences, could not mate with a jungle leopard, even if they are from the same species, Panthera. Speciation, adaptation, and diversity are all a part of the system that ensures a species' survival.